just on a toe pack. Toe packs always give me good luck. And what I'm also going to do, adding on to the part with the toe, I'm going to run away, and when I get back, let's hope for Team of the Season, Eva. And we got another 82 rated player. What the actual fuck?
In a summer full of big releases with Lil Tecca, Lord, and even Travis Scott, it's crazy to say without a doubt, this guy on your screen, plus the fan base he's built up, is saving the summer. If you're watching this, you probably already know who this is, but if you don't, rapper, producer, singer, songwriter, and director Quadeca is dropping his highly anticipated Vanisher Horizon Scraper. Quadeca has had a truly amazing 2020 so far, with this year being his best, as he featured heavily on kamdmn's collective album Blush, alongside that releasing 3 of some of the most highly rated singles of 2025. With all of this success in the music industry, he's even cultivated an amazing and supportive fan base full of creatives and amazing people that are helping this rollout become what it was. So Quadeca has really been on a run that needs to be studied, and that's what I plan on doing in today's video. Starting all the way back from February 2024 to today's date in July 2025, we're going to be talking about the entire Vanisher rollout and me explaining to you how Quadeca and his fans are saving the summer. With the release of his highly acclaimed mixtape Scrapyard that he released in early 2024, he wasted no time announcing to his fans that he had another concept album to follow up his adamunawa release in 2022 with a snippet and a title drop for Vanisher Horizon Scraper at the end of his Way Too Many Friends music video back in 2024. This announcement sparked a lot of hype in the community when it first happened, but mostly people were excited about the release of Scrapyard. It was a super high quality project and came out to fan and media praise all alike. It also featured Quad's first ever collab with Break-Ins and his first ever of many with Abstract and Texas Blue. Alongside that, his confirmation of a new concept album meant being a Quadeca fan at the time was a great experience. But for the general public and some fans, it felt like Quadeca went relatively silent for the next year or so before the rollout of Vanisher really started in March 2025. So I'm going to give a quick little montage explanation of all the things that may have happened in Quad's career that will one, either big for his career, or 2, related to Vanisher. So that's what we're doing now. February 2024, Fantano rates Scrapyard a 9, drops an in-focus video with Abstract, joins Abstract in Coachella for his first ever appearance, and announcing Vanisher coming soon to the public. I couldn't directly pinpoint when this happened, and I had to scroll very far down into Quad Reddit, but I do remember Quad changing his Twitter profile picture to this image, and theories rising whether Vanisher was an ocean or space themed album. April 2024, he collabs with David in the studio, produces Tennessee for Abstract and Lil Nas X, and on April 22nd, he posted a snippet on his IG story. After that, he posted another snippet on his IG story on the 25th. May 2024, he drops the Scrapyard vinyl, which features a D-side mixtape with more scrap songs. His end of YouTube video for songs he won't release features another snippet for Vanisher. He produces a song for Dev Lemons and posts the most iconic and fan favorite snippet on his IG on May 8th, 2024 with
Don't get any better, that's why, alright, yeah, that's why, alright.
September 2024, Quadeca goes on a 3-month hiatus and returns saying we're in the home stretch now, alongside to see the Skittles incident, and goes on tour with Gene Dawson for the Glimmer of God tour, which, fun fact, was my first ever time going to a concert, and it was to see my absolute favorite artist, which was an amazing experience I'll never forget. At the beginning of January 2025, he went on IG Live and released a snippet that ended up becoming the 3rd single released, Forgone. And 3 days later, releasing another IG Live with another snippet that ended up becoming Godstain, the 1st single released.
message on your skin. Flicking from the paper, I can read you from within. I thought you knew.
And now we're in February. This is where the official Vanisher rollout started. So to begin with this, I want to start off this point with the segment I like to call supporter shoutouts. The whole reason I make this video was to talk about, yes, the Quadeca rollout, but also talk about the people I met in this community that were full of creatives, artists, musicians that I feel deserve a shout out. Even if it's just them watching me tell them how cool they are, or if you never heard them before, go check them out because they're awesome and amazing. And I just feel like they deserve a shout out because this community, Quadeca has brought us together, and this community has felt so tightly knit that I feel if I could get even one person to check them out, it would be worth it. So to begin our first supporter shout out of the month, we have Culd. Because when you're eating a bag of Skittles and there's one Skittle left, but you full as fuck, and you can't eat it, so you gotta find a way to save it for later. But you can't just leave it in your bag because you remember your roommate will find it and he'll eat it. So you got to keep it safe. And then you remember you're uncircumcised. Alongside that content, he makes ranking videos where he most recently made a ranking video about Jane Remover and his rankings of all their projects. And he also released a video on his second channel theorizing the map shown in the most recent July 2025 teaser for the album, which is a great watch. Both are, and I highly recommend. He's very known for his theories and very known for having those theories be right. Alongside that, he himself has pretty good music taste, firsthand introducing me to many artists I enjoy today, such as Dominic Fike, Cemetery, and Lave. I feel like Culd is a standout in the quad community, not only as a creator, but as a cool guy who's been able to create conversations, theories in the community, in these time between announcements for Vanisher, which has all led him to be personally recognized by Quad over Insta, which is very well deserved. So that was my official glazing session out. Over, shout out Culd. And we back, and with that, on February 24th, Quadeca clears his Instagram and posts this picture here of a lighthouse alongside that on his Twitter with the link to Eclipz. Eclipz was Quadeca's official new label now. It came with its own website featuring an art, shop, and a private Instagram account that would be a major player in this rollout. Eclipz would then post a phone number to its account on its story, which would feature our very first ARG sample / snippet of the Vanisher rollout, which was a monumental moment and absolutely sparked so much hype in the community there. I remember being on my way driving home from school and literally hearing that phone call and replaying it probably the entire way home from school. It was absolutely crazy. Almost died, but it was so worth it. And we're here, finally getting the first single for Vanisher, as on March 20th at 12:23 Central Time, we got a short snippet for the single God Stained, and on March 24th, 2025, we got the music video, and later that night, the first ever single for Vanisher in this brand new era, God Stained. This introspective song follows a sailor searching for his purpose throughout the ocean. Within this search, he finds a bottle at sea and tries to communicate with this bottle, feeling as if it had a divine meaning towards his purpose in life. The song has also been described as a song of a sailor finding the bottle and hoping it leads him to his lost lover, which may be the truth, as future songs allude to this idea of Vanisher being a story about a lost lover. Either way, I'm not great at breaking down music and its meaning, but I am good at telling you this song is amazing, and a true love letter to Quadeca fans past and current day with this music, with the melodic chorus of I thought you knew, or him going back to his rapping styles at the end verse. This song was by far Quadeca's biggest release to date, and it came out to immediate praise by media and fans alike. And speaking of fans, we have another supporter shout out with Eclipz or Andy, or whatever you want to call him, man. Musiclipz or Eclipz on Twitter is a fellow YouTuber and artist who I first discovered with his reaction to Godstain, which was such a great watch, truly encapsulating everyone's first reaction to that song. He makes reaction videos with high energy and love for the music he consumes, with vinyl videos and unboxing videos sprinkled in between. He's become a fan favorite around the Quadeca community thanks to this, and to see his growth is truly inspirational, as he's been able to be so real and a good human while also being funny, which some people just can't seem to figure out is possible. If you can't sit through a long form video, his short form content is also very good for your brain rotted minds. So with all that being said, if you enjoy anything about this video or my channel, I'd promise you love his content. I wish I had more to say, but his content truly speaks for himself, even to Quadeca himself.
You're big time now.
I'm
You're
not
like
big
a
time
staple
now.
in the culture now.
I am a staple in the culture, I guess. Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do.
So, I feel like it'd only be fair if I recreate his iconic pose. So, we're just gonna go ahead and recreate it. No one clip this, please. Anyway, that was Godstained. This song proved to even all the doubters and the fans that this new era of Quadeca was going to be something truly special and something we had never seen before. And the hype was at an all-time high, even for Quadeca's standards, because now he got a co-sign from Playboi Carti himself. So, if that doesn't say anything about how good of a month March was for Quadeca, I don't know what will. Alright, and in April this year, we had Godstained hitting 1 million streams in just a week, and another shout out from his longtime supporter friend Danny Brown. On April 12th, he posted a brand new image with the same sailor we saw before with the caption April. And 2 days after that, the public finally got their first hands on Vanisher merch, which included a t-shirt, a hoodie, and a flag that I actually have behind me right over there. Super cool. Might be one of the few things from this wall in a room I actually bring to college with me. And I was actually lucky enough, thanks to my amazingly goated mom, she got me a Vanisher hoodie. With the hoodie looking like this, it is a little big. I don't think my mom knows exactly what size I am, but nonetheless, at least I have a Vanisher gown. And after that, we had the sailor picture caption being updated once again to the caption Monday, and a couple days after that, Quadeca posted on his IG story, seemingly him editing the music video / movie for Vanisher, so we all knew at the time that something new was coming soon. But on April 20th, 420 nice, we got the announcement of the second single for Vanisher Monday. Got the announcement that the song was going to be releasing the next day, and the music video coming out earlier that day, with the official release on streaming coming out on that night. Monday was a beautiful song that showcased Quadeca's growth as a singer and a songwriter in this heartbreaking piece, begging his lover to not give up on a Monday. Out of all 3 songs released so far, Monday has the best chorus of all in my opinion, as the singing and intensity ramps up as the song progresses, with the final time being sung in a sense of defeat, almost as if he wasn't able to convince his lover not to give up. The song gives us a sense into what Vanisher's experience is going to be, as he announced at the end of the music video, no 2 songs will sound the same, setting the stage for how grand this album will truly be. And Monday showed us more melodic sounds for Quadeca and singing compared to the folk and rap that we saw at the end of Godstained. Monday came out to even more praise than Godstained did by the entire music industry, as they all started to open their eyes on the potential of how great Vanisher could really be. One of the biggest advocates for this was Anthony Fantano, who made an entire video talking about the brand new Quadeca singles coming out for Vanisher, and he did the same thing alongside that a year ago with the Scrapyard singles. So to say Fantano's a big fan of Quadeca and everything he's been doing is an understatement. Fantano may be the biggest content creator who's been praising Quad over the years, but one content creator who's made it part of her image and is on the rapid growth right now thanks to her hard work ethic and love for Quadeca is leading our way into the next segment for our supporter shout out, Headphoneemoji. Headphoneemoji is a content creator / music journalist who has been on a crazy run in 2025, landing an interview with Kevin freaking Abstract this year alongside weekly uploads covering anything and everything she finds interesting in the music industry. At the time of this recording, she has 2.5 thousand subscribers, which is a huge achievement that can be credited to her hard work ethic. She's often known on Twitter for being active under pretty much any Quadeca post and being overall very public for the love of his music. With that, she's become probably the most popular among Quadeca Twitter and being a sort of celebrity in the space. Before the release on Monday, she dropped a guide to Quadeca's music, which was a great video and helped it even more in the hype in this rollout. But alongside her Quadeca video, she dropped amazing videos that discuss all different types of artists that have really put me on to either the lore of an artist's album or the artist itself. Examples are the first ever video I watched of her, which was her Halsey video, which got me all caught up on the discourse surrounding her album and The Great Impersonator. Or the most recent video discussing underscores, which is always an artist that interests me, but that video gave me content and motivation to check out her music. So all in all, Headphoneemoji has been another great example of the Quadeca fanbase being full of great creators, and very well deserving of that Quadeca follow back. I'm very excited to see where her career goes from here. Alright, this is future me coming in to say that this video was supposed to come out on Monday the 21st, but I was doing some last minute editing and about to send the video out to YouTube, and CapCut just destroyed the entire thing. And I was really upset earlier today and kind of having to go through the process of re-recording clips and things of those such. But I realized it was actually a blessing in disguise. And how I know that was a blessing in disguise is I was able to add more content, add more clips to things, and make this video even better, which I didn't think I could do at the time. So I'm very excited about that. One thing I was really excited for, and I really wanted to do, was discuss the fact that Headphoneemoji has a Vanisher video dropping tomorrow featuring Eclipz and Culd, two of the people I literally just gave a supporter shout out to in this video. It's absolutely crazy. I am so hyped for that video. And with the whole point of this video, even though I wrote a 10-page script, literally a 10-page script, discussing every minute detail part of this rollout, and writing paragraphs after paragraphs about these small things about Quadeca, this entire video was always meant to be a video about Quadeca and his fans and how his fan base were able to do amazing things while all supporting this great artist. And that's what I wanted to do. You know, I feel Headphoneemoji and them, they're going to talk about the rollout. They're going to do a great job of talking about the rollout and discussing the Quadeca part of this rollout and Vanisher as a whole. But I wanted to talk about the fan base and how I feel I was able to connect to them and how they're able to do amazing things throughout the time of this rollout. So I'm telling you now, if you want a better description or better visual of how this rollout went, preluding Vanisher's release on Friday, then you should 100% watch the video. I actually beg you to watch their video. I promise you it's going to be so much better than mine right now. So that ends the glazing sesh I had there, but like I said, watch that video. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But to end that off though, the day after Monday, the Quadeca Vanisher Horizon Scraper Tour got announced starting October 1st. I will be at the showing on Austin on October 29th if you want to come say hi. I will be there by myself because I'm going to be in college at that point. I don't know if I'll have any friends to go with, so please come say hi. I'd love to talk to all of you guys. It'd be super cool. But finally, alongside that, a promo video came out for the Vanisher Tour giving us another snippet, which ended up being Forgone. Alright, now we're on to May, and now May in this rollout is probably looked at as probably one of the roughest times here. I mean, it was really messy, and it was rough as fans of Quadeca, as we didn't know what was going on at the time. Obviously we do now, but at the time we didn't know why. May was the month where Quadeca was the most silent, and it led the community to growing really strong though. So I'd say in a plus, as many people look at this as a negative time in the rollout, I look at it as personally one of the best times we had. As like I said, the community grew really tight. We got locked in like this. And one of the defining moments we had as a community was the May 6th incident by BBC News. This was an incident where BBC News posted a segment on Quadeca that ended up creating a craze through the community.
Quadeca is his name, and he's got a new album out, Vanisher Horizon Scraper. It's coming out on Friday on X8 Music. He's a musician, producer, former YouTuber from LA, and as I mentioned, he started
with that clip being tweeted by Patten, an absolute goat in Quadeca Twitter. And shout out all the UK fans. Patten is like the goat of all of them. I absolutely love that guy. Has amazing music taste, has amazing record collection taste. It's fire all around. Goated dude. I love you, bro. And But with that tweet, I mean, everything looked so good. Quadeca never debunked it in the first couple hours, and it just felt too good to be true. But like all good things, it was too good to be true. And he ended up eventually reposting or quote tweeting Patten's tweet saying, yeah, it would have been crazy if it's true, which did shut down the hype. But for that day, May 6th only, that incident was insanely hype for the community, as, I mean, even myself there, I thought this shit was coming out. But just a couple days after that, he announced his long-awaited For Me to You repressing, as the original pressing of his fan-favorite album For Me to You was only pressed to 1,000 copies and had become a highly sought-after item, even people paying insane amounts to get their hands on it. Anywho, he announced the For Me to You repressing. We got this as an inverted covering with an inverted pressing here. Very beautiful pressing, by the way. And this was finally a chance for vinyl collectors to get their hands on For Me to You. Alongside that, all the proceeds of all 1,200 copies of this was going to Gaza and trans relief support lines. There we go. Or yeah, charity. So with that, I mean, it was money well spent. It was probably one of my best vinyl purchases, as I was so happy to, one, get something I've always wanted, and two, support an amazing cause, and just know that my favorite artist is absolute GOAT and is an amazing human being. So after that, I mean, this is where it really started to get rough in May, as this is when kamdmn started his rollout for his collective/album Blush. Blush comes into play as on May 14, JPEG Mafia, Quadeca, and kamdmn post a photo of all three of them together, teasing a collab effort between the three. At the time, we didn't know how impactful Quadeca would be to Blush, so Kevin starting his rollout and featuring Quadeca was great, but didn't seem too crazy at the moment. But little did we know, Quadeca would be featuring heavily on that album. He'd also play an executive producer role on Blush, and would be co-releasing on Eclipz Music. The next day after that picture dropped, Quadeca posted that it would all make sense soon, which in retrospect seems like he was talking about the Vanisher rollout coming to a halt to give time to his creative partner, kamdmn's album to roll out and release to go smoothly. So with the silence being at an all-time high for kamdmn to start his rollout, it led me to start my own album a day challenge in the month of May. Kind of unrelated, but it ended up fitting perfectly, as I wanted to listen to an album a day before I graduated. But during this time, while I was listening to a whole bunch of different types of music, I ended up finding a whole bunch of artists that were from the Quadeca community. This list of artists starts off with Lauren by Your Mom's Boyfriend, which is a great album, by the way. Digitally Altered EP by Josetta, which I unboxed her vinyl last video. 2026 album for Teggups, which I'm very excited to hear. And Eclipz already has music out today, which you should listen to his final college song. There are also fun games and challenges and events going on in the Quad Twitter community space, which led to kamdmn's 30-day Quadeca song challenge, which was a very fun challenge I was able to finish, despite the quality of me finishing not being the best. Lastly, my favorite and probably most memorable challenge of May, an event that really brought the community together and made me the most active, I feel, as a part of the community, was the community album rankings that was ran by user roxy. They will get a proper shout out later on in this video, because they are absolutely goated and played a big role into why this video is even a thing today. But as a community, they gave us a ranking where we would pick an album and pick one song to be eliminated and go from there, and by the time we got to the very end, we'd see which was the very best song and rank them in which order they got eliminated to see which was Quadeca's best album. It sounds really simple and basic at the time, but it was a daily event being refreshed every 24 hours, which made me log on to Twitter just to see what song made it. Every day I was checking Twitter to see if Quadeca was going to post, and I would just happen to be there and interact with the community. And it was probably the most active I'd seen the community in this entire time. With May coming to an end now, and with all the amazing artists, creatives, and people that I met throughout the challenges and events that we did as a community, one of my absolute favorites and one of the absolute GOATs of Quadeca Twitter, and truly one of the most talented people that not only are in this community, but that I've ever seen at their age, at their skill. It's just truly baffling how amazing they are and how cool they can be while being that great. I'm talking about the one and only, for my net supporter shout out, Eden. Slimy Doink, or Eden, is an artist I discovered with their drawing of Quadeca from the Monday music video, as its layers and depth were so beautiful, alongside its art style, which felt so dreamy and perfect, and perfectly reflected the vibes Monday gave off. With that, I've always loved artists and creatives, especially when they're able to use their skills to make super projects like this, so obviously I had to give Eden a follow. Alongside Eden's talent, he even mentioned Quadeca on the news, which is pretty damn cool, and quite literally giving Vanisher promo on TV, which is so great. And to say that he's contributed to the rollout of Vanisher alongside his art. Plus, he's been a super cool person every interaction we've had. He also has commissions open for very good prices. I mean, just look at these. I don't know why, if you wanted something drawn and drawn well, you wouldn't go to Eden. And that's why I feel Eden deserves a supporter shout out. We love you, Eden. You're the GOAT. And that was Eden. And to give a real shout out and a real testament to their strength and their talent as an artist, I've been drawing for about 3 years, and this isn't my best drawing, but this is one of my few Quadeca drawings I have. A very abstract drawing of a concept that I had for a song off a voice memo. So if you can, in the comics, tell me what this is supposed to, what song this is referencing from voice memos by Quadeca, then you get, I don't know, a super cool high five. Vanisher's silence hitting an all-time high and its climax being so close. We saw that Quadeca did post an actual prelude / demo on his Twitter account.
Where can we go from here?
And with that snippet and Quadeca posting the song lengths, not really a track list, but just the length of the songs and how many songs will be on Vanisher, May was over, and then we entered June, which not too far into June, we finally got the climax, the payoff for all the wait we did in May, as not only were we getting Blush from Kevin Abstract this month, we got the one and only, the third single, the song that's been teased this entire video, this entire rollout, the final single, the climax to this rollout, Forgone. Forgone was released on June 12th at 10:41 a.m. Central Time after kinda getting leaked from New Zealand earlier that morning, but wow. Forgone might be Quadeca's best song released to date. Its dreary opening and piano rising in the background of the vocals to make this almost Disney-sounding orchestra, followed by some of Quadeca's most heartbreaking lyrics, which is coming from the guy who wrote an album in perspective of a ghost, by the way. In the first verse alone, with the lyrics, "Forgone, you're the conclusion of everyone. Let me down slowly and easy. There is a reason they leave me, and you are the one that remains." These lyrics alone brought me to just sit and ponder on my first listen, just letting the rest of the song bless my ears all the way up into the finale of the song, which may be the best ending to a Quadeca song yet, as the instrumentals explode into this beautiful rhythm and Quad repeating through it all, ending off the best song of the year so far. After the music video, it was confirmed that Vanisher Horizon Scraper would be released in July 2025. Also, with that announcement, we got the official Vanisher CDs, cassettes, and vinyl with the pre-save as well. With the release of Vanisher Records, we got not only 1, but 3 official pressings with different exclusive tracks on the D side of the record, which is easily the coolest vinyl drop I've seen this year. And honestly, as my time as a collector, Quadeca has been known to drop extra songs on vinyl releases, but to get 3 pressings means we get 3 different versions of exclusives, all leading up to a total of 40 new minutes of music, which is absolutely insane. There were some people who were complaining about it because I guess they just didn't understand how great of a deal that is and how amazing it is to have extra music, because reminder, this music was going to get posted anyway, but I'm planning on making a video later on in the future on why Vanisher's release is on vinyl is one of the best releases we've had all year, but that's just all I have to say about Forgone. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful tracks I've ever heard, and the first listen will never be matched, and if this is what he's willing to release as a single, I can only imagine what the rest of Vanisher is going to be like, and truly an amazing experience. To say Forgone had an explosive release would be an understatement, as it hit #1 on Rate Your Music for 2025 singles and number 95 all time in the history of the website for singles. It came out to high media praise and fan praise. Obviously, Fantano came back and said it was amazing once more. And to make it even better, not only did we have Forgone, one of the best Quadeca tracks in his entire discography, only 2 weeks later we got Blush by kamdmn. This isn't a Blush video, nor am I capable of making one right now. I'm just here to say how it impacted the Vanisher rollout, because there's already a way better Blush video out there by my friend Henry Loves Music, who's already made a video discussing Blush that even got co-signed by kamdmn himself. So if you're interested in the slightest about Blush, which you should be, it's amazing, please check that out for me. Blush came out and featured Quadeca production everywhere, alongside solo songs plus his own features. His production on the song Nola was so crazy and wacky, and to hear JPEG Mafia rap over a Quadeca beat is truly special and a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Abandon Me was debatably one of the best songs on the album, with such a passionate performance where he sings about a lover of his not leaving him after a rough time in their relationship, I think. Finally, Red Light was the closing track, and my personal favorite, where Quadeca finally shows his strength as a feature artist, where with him on the chorus and great verses from Kevin and Amir, and the track finally making the cut to be released from Kevin and Quadeca's scrap project, Lou. With 2 new Quadeca tracks and the production littered all over a new project, this was getting all sorts of praise from the media, and this album was huge for Quadeca's career. So as you can tell, June was an absolutely crazy month for Quadeca, and it was truly one of the biggest moments of his career, and I loved to be there firsthand. So to match that energy of how explosive and great Quadeca's career was, I want to really shine on the Quadeca community that was there during June, as this was probably the most positive and hype the community ever had been, and it was great to be there along the way. So for this supporter shout out, I'm just giving a list of all the amazing people here that I feel deserve a shout out that may not have gotten a particular section dedicated to them, so I'm going to describe them in one word, give them a shout out, because they're all so goated. Beth is the best cook I know on Twitter. Jackal, jacked, strongest guy I know. Sara, coolest person I know. This guy, he is so dedicated, love that. Derrick, he's my twin, except he hates the Celtics, man. Ethan, super chill guy, love that guy. Patten, amazing, goat in the community. Macy, absolute sweetheart. Pizzadog, carrying the swag of this community. Roxy's the goat. Steven, absolute ball knowledge. Teggups, such a pimp. Rap Talk is tough. Lucky Aura. Zarco, Aura. And he's a prophet. Toasted, I don't know, hot, because you're toast. Hyphen, Cait lies, owner of that. Arisha, she's my twin. And lastly, a shout out to everyone on Quad Twitter. All 6,000 of you. Everyone who's made a single post, even if you just sit there and lurk, you are amazing. You're the best. And you're so goated. Absolutely goated. I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you guys. Even the ones that I gave small shout outs and I really just said a word or two, I mean, you guys still mean a lot, and you guys are super cool and make the community a way better place. And despite you not having to, you can be whatever you want on the internet, but you guys choose to be super cool and all listen to a really cool artist. So that's why I appreciate you guys, and that's why I wanted to give a shout out to all you guys. And we're finally in July. It's 5 a.m. I'm so tired. I've had to re-record this entire video, but I wouldn't change it for the world. It's finally Vanisher month, and as of recording, it's Vanisher week. As in July, we've gotten snippets, we've gotten preludes, we've gotten the official track list, we've gotten people, as of today, people have seen Vanisher and heard the album and the entire movie. It's crazy to say we're here. It's crazy to say I'm recording this again. But in July, it's been a great month, and the journey that we've taken as a community that we've looked at through this video, it's been one that I wouldn't trade for the world. It's really meant a lot, you know. It's been super cool. I've been a fan for so long, and to be part of the community of the artists that I've loved is amazing. And now that we're 3 days off of Vanisher, gets us to, if you haven't noticed, we do a supporter shout out once a month. And for this final month, I think you know exactly who needs a shout out here. The one, the only, roxy Code. And instead of having a clip in the background, I think it'd be better for this one to just me be speaking to the camera, speaking personally. Roxy, you're super cool and super amazing and brought this community together unlike anyone really has. Whether it be from the start of this month, Vanisher month, when we all wrote letters to Quadeca, which I won't show here, but we all wrote our own personal letters to either ourselves or Quadeca or the others around the community, and it was one of the sweetest things I had ever seen. It really made me feel like I was part of a community of just great people who were willing to take time out their day to do something that's just cute and adorable and amazing. Or it'd be day 2 where we were ranking the songs, or day 3 or 4 where we were writing how we felt towards the singles of Godstain, Monday, and Forgone. All those things that you orchestrated, whether it be that or the Google Docs or sheets you made of all of us in the community claiming our own Quadeca songs. All those things really compiled up into making this community a home for some people, and an absolutely amazing place to be, especially in times when communities especially on Twitter, look down upon a lot. I mean, I won't name any communities in particular, but there's some that have reached the parasocial level. The people are hateful, the people are just straight up losers, and the fact that we're able to keep it so nice and grounded. I'm not saying everyone in this community is perfect. I'm not saying this is a heaven of everyone, but it's a place where you could damn sure be yourself and you'll be fine, and it is what it is. And I think Roxy to that a lot. Super cool person, very up and honest, very down to earth, and you know, you're just the best, man. You're just the best. Motivated me to make this video. Even when I was like writing parts of the script and I was like, damn, dude, I do not want to do this. It's been a long journey. I've been working on this for a really long time. Edited this entire thing on my phone. Didn't even use my laptop because I just don't know how. But it all came back to you and what you've done for the community, and how it made me look back at everything that's happened for this rollout, not only as a fan of Quadeca, but as a fan of everyone around him that supports him. So it means a lot. So this is off the script. This isn't even part of the script. I had something written for you, but it felt too manufactured. I felt like it's better to talk straight up through the heart and off the dome. So that's why the supporter shout out goes to you, the very last one. You've been the main motivator. You got me through this. This is the hardest I've worked for a video or any project like this. So I just hope you know that it's very nice what you've done. You were one of the few people who were able to see Vanisher really early, and I'm so happy for you. And you just know the community appreciates it because it's been great. Shout out to Roxy, Stars. And that's it. That's been the video. For real this time. Finally done recording this for the last time, hopefully. Vanisher is going to drop on Friday, July 25th. I cannot wait to see it with all of you guys. It's been an amazing experience. I'm so excited for this album. You don't understand. Just the entire journey it's led up to here, even though it felt so long in the moment, and now looking back in retrospect, it was nothing in the grand scheme of things, and I would do it all over again just to get here with you guys. To everyone I shouted out, you guys are the best. You deserve it. To the people I didn't shout out, you're also the best, and you also deserve it. I'm always going to be the biggest supporter of the people who want to work hard, or who are creatives and who love what they do and have fun doing it. And that's why I'm the biggest supporter for everyone I mentioned in this video, because you guys are super cool. Whether you're quite literally making YouTube videos or you just make a funny tweet, but you're having fun and you're liking it and you're being positive about it. That's all I care about, and I'll always be a supporter of that. And that's what I wanted this video to be about. It's just a big old support train of everyone I've met in this community. So that's it. Tomorrow, Headphoneemoji will drop her video. Please watch. Featuring Culd, Eclipz. Watch Henry Lowe's music, his blush video. That's great. Everything I mentioned, go check him out. Eden's drawings or Eden's art, you should check out. You can call me Zaylin or you can call me Zay. At this point, we're all locked in like this, especially if you watched it this long. Yeah, I'm out of here. Thank you for being along with this journey, and I'll see you on Friday when Vanisher drops. Later.
No matter what you do, if you put it on the internet, someone's gonna hate it. Like, no matter what, someone's gonna hate it. But it's fun. Like, I get to have fun. Like, I'm here, and I get to do this, so I don't care. They're on the internet. It doesn't matter.
Don't you give up on a Monday. I wanna tell you I